I was inspired to record this video because I want to share my Avon story, the reason why I started, and what inspired me really to continue and push forward regardless of how hard the situations were. So I started Avon back in 2009. And this is exactly how it happened. I was driving back from Alabama to Tennessee, where I lived back then. And I was praying, intensely praying, because I really felt like I had the potential to do more with my life. I was a stay-at-home mom back then, but I felt the need to do more. And I started praying. I just remember that I was driving, and like in an instant, I closed my eyes and saw Avon just like, crossing, I don't know, in front of me, the word Avon. And to me, it was a little weird because Avon was not part of my life at all when I was growing up, like for many other people. And so I really thought nothing of it. And I just kept on driving. And when I got to Nashville, my daughter reminded me that there was a flea market going on at her school, and she wanted to stop. So we did, and the first thing I see when we got into the flea market is an Avon lady. Actually, she had the first booth. So I knew that was a sign. That was my answer to the prayer, and I was not going to ignore it. So I asked the lady if she could sign me up. She said yes. It was only $10 to sign up back in 2009. And it took me a while. I'm going to say about 3-4 weeks to actually do something. But I do remember that I got home and I started looking at the brochures. And I just remember thinking, these brochures are beautiful. Everything that I see, I want to buy for myself. So it just made it more simple for me to offer the product to people because I believed in the product. I believed that it was beautiful and it was good quality. And if to me it presented in a nice way, then it would do the same to others. I really had no training when I first signed up. The lady that I signed up with lived about 30 minutes away from where I did. And so I just started doing the research on my own. I started playing with the website. And until I finally got it, I did the Avon University, which taught me a lot. And I started with the flea market and started signing people up under me, which was funny because that was not my intention. I actually had no idea that I could until people started coming by themselves and approached me about them wanting to sell Avon. So that's when I reached out to my upline and asked about that. So it just made it more easy. And I don't know, within maybe like 2 weeks of starting. So I signed up to sell Avon in October of 2009. And by May of 2010, my dad called me and offered me a job in California. He said that he really needed an office manager. And so I came to the rescue. I decided to just pack my things and bring my kids with me and start a new life in California. The funny thing is that a year after, in May of 2011, my dad fired me. I had just purchased a home in the Bay Area, so I remember having about $2,500 worth of money in my bank account, which was enough to pay just for 1 month of mortgage. And it's funny how, I guess, if it's meant to be, that's the, the destiny or the universe pushes you to what's your destiny anyway. Because if my dad had not fired me, then I wouldn't have dedicated myself fully to Avon. And so I did. I actually said to myself that I was not going to go back to work with him, no matter how much I needed the money. And that if Avon had come to me as an answer to a prayer, then there had to be a reason behind it, something more powerful than what I had seen before. So I am not going to lie, it was a lot of work. It was hard work. It was days of knocking on doors, just giving brochures to people with really no results. And it was until maybe like 3 months. It was like planting seeds, right? It was about 3 months in when I started to see the results. And I started to see that my dedication to my business was paying off. And I was starting to see how many other people were responding to my, I guess, persistence. So by December of 2011, I was already earning more than enough to pay for my mortgage, to support my kids, and just to pay my bills. I had earned TV with Avon, which was about $700 worth of cash. And by February of 2012, I had earned a trip to New York. All expenses paid. It was awesome. It was a weekend there. By August of 2012, I had earned Volkswagen Beetle 2012, all paid for, even the taxes. And by September of 2012, I had earned a cruise to the Mediterranean Sea, and I got to see many places from Spain, France, and Italy. And I got to take a guest with me, which was also paid for. So that's when I realized that God is amazing. If a window closes, He will open up a door for you to walk in. You just have to walk in without fear, knowing that He's beside you all the time. And I'm just so grateful. I guess the point of this video is for you to follow your instinct, follow that guidance. For me, I know that it was the best thing I could have done. And I am just so very grateful. And my kids are too. So anyway, until next time, thank you so much. Bye-bye.